Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is Amy from With Love by Amy, and today we are going to make this beautiful poinsettia card. All right, we are going to use the Playful Poinsettia 3D embossing folder and die from Simon Hurley and Spellbinders. I've had this for about a year and I still haven't used it. I don't know why. It's so pretty. I bought it because I thought it was beautiful, and it was my very first 3D embossing folder. Can you believe it? Like, I know they've been out for a while, but this was my first one. All right, so we are going to do some faux watercoloring that was inspired by Jennifer McGuire. I recently watched a video from her. It's like faux shimmer watercolor or something. I don't remember exactly what the title of her video was, but we are going to use Candied Apple and Rustic Wilderness Distress Oxide. Um, and we are going to, first things first, we are going to um, use the embossing folder, and we're going to do 3 panels in white with the embossing folder. And then we're going to use this Tailored Expressions blue corn for our card panel. So that's also going to get embossed with the embossing folder. And the cool thing is with these 6x8 folders is that you can position it pretty much however you want. Granted, with this one came with a die to cut out the biggest poinsettia. So we're going to make sure that that biggest poinsettia is on our card panel because we want to use that in our for the base of our project. And before I emboss these card panels, we are going to spritz them lightly with water, which is what you just saw me do there. We're going to spritz the back side of them. See, I emboss, or I sprayed it with water, then I flip it over and I stick it in the embossing folder exactly where I want it to be. And let's see how the results work because it's a little finicky with my old embossing machine. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I love it. All right, so now we have all of our panels embossed, and I'm obsessed with this. Like, I think I've decided as of this very moment that it's going to be a birthday card, not a Christmas card, because I chose to do that um, blue corn from the Tailored Expressions pack. And what we're doing here, and what Jennifer did in her video, was she kind of just like messily put the distress inks on her card where she wanted them to be, and then she did some cutting, some fussy cutting, which is what I'm going to also do. Well, there's going to be some die cutting and some fussy cutting. This is shimmer spray, and here we are realizing that my spray thing on my shimmer spray doesn't work anymore. So yeah, look, I'm taking it apart. It's not working. I'm very annoyed with it, but it's very old. Like, it's from Stampin' Up back in the day, and I haven't bought anything from Stampin' Up in like probably at least 10 years. So there's that. We are going to go switch that out to a different mister, and it's back and it works with a different mister. Thank goodness I have extras. And then after we spray the spritzy stuff on, we're going to put some water on there to kind of like let it move or help it move. And this is not exactly how Jennifer McGuire did it, but she did it with a stamped image with white embossing powder. And I thought it was cool. She did it with a poinsettia as well. I don't have a poinsettia stamp, so I'm doing it this way. And as we're, the colors moving around and stuff, I'm realizing there's some spots I missed. So I'm going to go back in and touch them up. And that's the beauty of this technique, is that because I'm going to, fussy cut this out, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, your first go around doesn't have to be perfect. You can always update it, which is cool. And so what we're going to do is we're going to fussy cut, or we're going to die cut out the red poinsettia. And then we're going to kind of do some layering, sort of. And we're going to fussy cut out the green. So we're going to fussy cut out some of those leaves to layer on top of our blue card panel. And we're going to also make the blue card panel shimmery just for fun, because why not? I never ever use this shimmer spray, so I thought it would be fun to just have fun with it. And we're spritzing it. We're going to spritz it with some water after that so that the shimmer will move a little bit. And I already had this shimmer spray, but you can make your own with Perfect Pearls and water, which is what Jennifer did in her video. I don't have Perfect Pearls currently, so, you work with what you got. But I'm pretty sure that that shimmer spray that I have is basically exactly what Jennifer made in her video. So we die cut that one out, and look how pretty it looks. I love it because a real poinsettia sometimes has white spots on its leaves too, so I'm not too concerned about it. And from the green one, we are going to fussy cut out the center, the green thing from the center of the flowers, and then some of those leaves. And we're going to speed this up because nobody needs to watch me fussy cut all those leaves out. One thing I will say is you will get more precision with your fussy cutting if you move the cardstock instead of the scissors. Like, it gives you cleaner cuts and stuff like that. So that's my only little hint or tip or whatever you'd like to call it for fussy cutting, is just move the paper when possible as opposed to your scissors. And I love this sped up version of me cutting because it took forever. And then I did glue the center of the flowers down first, which I wasn't planning on doing, just because I wanted to make sure I didn't lose it, because I was quite concerned about losing it. Um, yeah. So since this is already like texture and everything, I am making sure that I leave those the blocks on there, the stamping blocks on there for quite a while, because as you know, gluing things to something that's already been embossed is kind of a struggle. So, oh, and I did want to touch on, when I die cut the poinsettia out, even though it had already been embossed, it didn't really lose a ton of texture, which is cool, because I was kind of concerned about that because it was still a little bit wet from the, but you can see there it still has the texture and the dimension um, from the embossing folder. So that's cool. I should have let it dry all the way. Probably would have done better if I had let it dry, but I didn't. So look at that. It's all pieced together and I'm obsessed. Now, the only challenge that I'm having right now is I can't decide at this point if I'm going to use a Christmas sentiment or a birthday sentiment. I do have a birthday coming up in December that would be perfect to give this to someone. It's my mother-in-law. I don't think she'll watch this video because I don't even know if she realizes that I have a YouTube channel. So this very well may get sent to her. All right, so we're going to use this Spellbinders A Little Message Sentiments Betterpress. And I have not used this yet. I got it for my birthday, and I've not used it yet. This is the regular gold foil. I do have on my wish list to get the matte gold foil, but I am very excited to use this sentiment set from the betterpress. All right, so we are going to tape this down. And this is the tape that came with the betterpress, the yellow stuff. I really like it because it does not make a mess. All right. Oh my god, I love it. It looks so amazing. That is like literally the most perfect foiling I have ever gotten, ever. So I don't know if I'm getting better at the foiling or if it's the betterpress dyes, but I am obsessed. Like, look how perfect that is. That is professional level. Like, seriously. So obsessed. All right, so we are going to die cut that out now with the coordinating dies. And I love that these come with coordinating dies because then that means you can do them on a card panel if you want, or you can do them separately and cut them out and they look amazing. So I'm obsessed. I love these. These are the coolest. We're going to run them through the die cutting machine, and here it is after it gets die cut. These are literally perfect. So perfect. And we're going to pop that up with a little foam tape just to give it a little bit more dimension. And it'll still go through the mail perfectly well because it's just like thin foam. I decided that that was not enough. Like, I put it on the white card base off camera and I didn't like the way it looked. So we're going to try something I've never done before. We are going to gold emboss around the edges of the card base. Now, Jennifer in her video did it on another card panel, but I'm going to give this a shot. Now, since this is a voiceover, I can tell you what I learned doing this. I should have done the anti-static powder tool on the inside of the card base because there were some random spots of embossing powder that got stuck on the inside of the card panel. And because it got hot, they stuck. So I wish I would have done the anti-static powder tool on the inside of the card panel or the card base. That's my only like learning tip here, was I should have done that. And now it doesn't really matter how clean I emboss as long as it goes to the edges of the card panel, because we're going to cover it up. Like, it's that blue panel that I just created is going to go over this card base. So you're just going to see the very little edges of it. And so it doesn't matter how messy the inside of this square of embossing is. All right, this looks amazing. I'm obsessed. I'm so glad I tried this. Next time I will just use the anti-static powder tool on the inside, but this is amazing because then it doesn't use a whole nother layer of cardstock, which I don't love making my cards super duper heavy. So, all right, here's your 5 seconds of Sonic. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this card. And here is the finished product. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and see you again soon. Bye.